Hi, this is Mark Morrell from ToonBarn reporting live from New York Comic Con 2012. And I'm here with Scott and Marc from Mattel. MattyCollector.com is selling a new Voltron.
Yeah, this is our 23-inch amazing Ultimate Voltron. It's been constructed over the course of 2012. So the last piece here, Black Lion, he goes on sale tomorrow, October 15th at noon Eastern on MattyCollector.com.
Now, there's a running bet that Jeremy has it's going to sell out in 15 minutes. What do you say?
Yeah, I think there's a good chance. Some of the other lines sold out in less than 30, so I think Black has probably got a good shot at being our fastest sellout.
Now, what happens if you just have Black and don't have the rest of them?
Then you get an awesome Black Lion on your desk.
All right, so
or you can try the eBay.
What else is available for people who want to do some stuff with MattyCollector?
So tomorrow on October 15th, we've also got some great Motu figures. We've got Frosta and Rattler. We also have our new DC Universe Classics figure. It's going to be Poison Ivy. And let me think what else is on sale. The weapons pack. The Motu, the Great Wars weapons pack that's got the splitting Keldor swords will be on sale.
And is there any other Voltrons available?
Full Voltron. Well, there's also the Blazing Sword 6-inch Voltron. That's always available on Matty. Whoops! There goes the non-blaze sword. So he does hold his sword there. Yeah. So this sword actually comes with Black Lion. It's under the line in the package. So make sure when you're unwrapping your Black Lion, you also look under the lion for the sword and the shield. Yeah, and it comes up, of course, with Keith, the pilot, as well. He's huge, and the pilots all fit inside there. There's Pidge.
Yep.
So Pidge there goes right inside, and you can close that up just like that. Look at that. I mean, it does everything. I mean, you know, it forms. You can pull them apart, and then they're just lions, and put them together. This is the Voltron we all wanted. Right. It's great. Yeah.
Now, you were at the Voltron panel. Was that the most fun
at the panel?
Yes, you were. Wasn't that the most fun panel you've ever been at?
That was a great panel, yeah. No fans like Voltron fans.
You could feel the energy in the room. Right?
Yeah, everyone's ready to defend the universe.
Yes. All right, we have a special guest here with us. Jeremy, come on over.
Special guest, live from New York. Oh, look who's here.
Oh my God, it's Jeremy Corray from World Events Productions.
To be in the neighborhood here, check it out, having a great time here in New York City, and I see the best Voltron toy ever produced. You can't put the figures inside this, can you, Scott? That's impossible.
Not only is it not impossible, it's improbable. There he is, Pidge himself. Oh my God!
You even put the hair braid on him.
Well, it's got to have the the hair braid version. He also comes with the pilot head too.
This is fantastic, and even I remember we talked about doing the glasses. You guys pulled that off. That had to be tricky to kind of mold that.
Yeah, and paint those, get all those little specks. But you know what? Mattel always pulls it off.
Anytime, I mean, I remember we were sending reference images back and forth. We can, yeah, our developer commentary on this. I remember the first time we saw this, Bob Koppler and I go to Mattel, and you guys had like a sheet or something on it, like unveiled it. It was just like the real kind of like prototype versions, and just the sheer scale of it. We're like, yes, that's the way to go. And there was, I remember, talking to Brandon and everything, he was like, well, what do you think, of the quick releasing? And to me, I think, a Pixel Dan might say, well, I want my kind of pose. Hey, that's fine. That's a different flavor of Voltron. This is the one that your kid can play with if you're an awesome dad and you've a Club Line 4 subscriber, or you're going to be around October 15th. So the way I look at it is, yeah, this is the ultimate time machine where you can go back, and you guys have been forming the head here, I take it, many times. Can I do it? That's awesome, right? If you're having a bad day at work, you just do that, and it's instant happiness.
You want to do it? Here,
yeah,
I do. Press the button.
And I'll form the head. That's my best.
Instant head formation action.
Yes.
Now, how successful has this line really been?
Well, it's been great. I mean, every lion's sold out. So, like you said, if you haven't gotten the others, you're just going to have an awesome Black Lion tomorrow. But we hope you got them all so you can form the entire Voltron.
And what I love
How much is Black Lion?
Go ahead.
65, and it concludes Keith.
But I love what you guys did is it really built up the anticipation. So now that we're in October here, getting ready for Black Lion, everybody is freaking out. Much like, episode 4 or 5 of Voltron, whenever they all find the keys and get together, it's a thing of beauty. And just seeing it online, seeing it, on video, it doesn't do it justice. You really have to see it.
It's heavy.
Yeah, I mean somewhere it is, as we say.
Tired?
I don't know how much longer I can hold this up.
And as you said, you can't stop playing with it.
Every day, yeah, on my desk. It's just This is the greatest toy. This is amazing.
Well, you guys did a great job on it. I want to thank you on camera for doing such a great job and really blowing it out. And I speak for a lot of Voltron fans and people. I feel sorry for people who didn't know this was even out. You know, so many people have walked by here today and going, when was this in my life?
Where were you? Oh, when we showed it off at like this con at San Diego twice. Like this is the third con we brought this to. People
Exactly.
still.
What's your favorite figure, do you think, of all the ones?
It's Sven. I love it.
Really?
Yeah, it's got to be Sven because he's the the mysterious guy who kind of he got sick.
On Planet Ebb, yeah. I think
Ebb.
they sent him to Planet Ebb. Yeah, and we had talked about that as doing that exclusive, I remember, and it was just like a no-brainer.
Oh, yeah.
It was because they had they had designed one back in the day, Panache Plays, but it was never released.
Yeah.
So this is the first
ever.
Yeah.
And we did them carded like the old school.
Yeah.
Which is just great because it's one of those figures that if you don't want to take it out of the package, it just makes a great wall piece.
Who's your packaging guy on this? Who was the guy?
Who was the guy? It was Frank Varela.
Was it?
And Michelle Mark, and they did a great.
Must be given to them.
job.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Brandon Seed. Who else worked on the line here?
Brandon Sapinski was the lead designer. Steve's son, design management. I want to give props to Natalie So. Natalie Cole now, not the singer. She got married.
Oh,
her name is Natalie Cole.
Really?
Yeah, Natalie So got married, and now she's Natalie Cole.
That's so Natalie.
So yeah, Natalie really she started this and then kind of handed it off to me, but she gets major props. It was definitely a group effort. There was not one person who did this. I mean, we had to form blazing marketing team.
And I remember, even just talking to Dave and stuff, and just the sheer scale of just tooling on this and thing. I mean, this was a big Mamba Jamba project for you
tool.
guys.
There's except for the pilot bodies, and maybe some of the legs. There's really no shared parts. There's a lot of tooling that went into this. So.
And for non-tech toy people, like how can we explain that?
Tooling is the mold. So when the way toys are made is after you sculpt them out of clay, they're a giant metal mold, like the old Play-Doh molds we used to have is made. And that's what the hot plastic is poured into. And that's really the sunk cost. That's a one-time, very expensive investment to making toys. That's why, a toy that you can issue year after year, like a Barbie, for example, that uses the same body, or even like Masters of the Universe uses the same basic He-Man body. But Voltron, there's no shared parts. So every single part had to have a brand new mold. So it was expensive, but it was worth it. It was worth the investment to get this guy on your desk.
Definitely worth it.
And I think that's good advice overall. It's just anybody who looks like, ooh, that's a little expensive. Like, it really is. It's an investment. I mean, we've seen the aftermarket prices on this, and I can't imagine this in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years. Yeah, what we're going to see.
You're going to put your kids through college. This is an investment toy.
This is some kind of like mutual fund 401k.
Yes.
You could say like, oh yes, the MattyCollector Club Lion Force Voltron Classics.
Is this the type of thing you really hope for when you bring something onto MattyCollector?
That it's going to come out this good? Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a prize piece. This is probably one of the greatest toys we've ever made.
I remember early on too, there was discussions about do we do the white? I think it came out in a really nice, because with Blazing Sword Voltron, we want to do like the cartoon accurate Voltron, which like, hey, if you do cartoon accurate, like that's like white in a lot of places and things like that. So I think we hit a nice blend here. Would you say?
Yeah, it's always like there's so many. There's the toy, there's the cartoon. One of the interesting things on the figures, the little dots.
Yes,
that
became a big thing.
Remember Dotgate?
Yes, Dotgate came out, which it's in the style guide, folks. We're like archaeologists. We can only go back to our forefathers here, and like they put the dots on it. And I realize that it's not in every shot of the original episode. Yes, I realize the light, but it was just a choice. At some points, you have to go. And if we're saying like, okay, well, the rule was we're sticking to the style guide.
And in the style, even on the Panache toys. In the illustrations, they had the dots.
Right.
And I remember, I was fighting with some of the fans online. They didn't believe me, so we had to post the old style guide. And then they all
emailed to you.
Yeah, and then they all kind of hung their heads. Were like, "Okay, you're right. The dots are correct."
Fair enough. You can always paint them out, right?
You can always paint. Yeah.
Really bugs you. You can also paint like a cat scratch on Sven or something.
Or the numbers. That was another thing.
Yeah. I mean, that was just kind of the choices, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I remember just discussions where it was like, we're going to take a little bit of what we like about every Voltron toy that's come before and just kind of Voltron them together to make kind of the ultimate version of this Voltron, and we also talk about, I know a lot of fans were like, why can't this be die cast? Well, I mean, obviously the cost and things, but wouldn't that just break through your coffee table?
Not only the weight, I mean, this is already, I don't know how many pounds this is, but if it was die cast, yeah, this thing would go in a gym, not a living room. I mean, you would use this to like literally bulk up if this was die cast.
You'd have to use an auto crusher or something to move it somewhere.
Yeah, die cast would have been amazing, but I think it would have priced it a little bit out of people's price point.
Yes. Well, thank you and to the whole team. It was so fantastic.
Yeah, this really
My
was a
son
team
is
effort.
so excited about Black Lion, and it's just great. I hope somewhere in the future we can collaborate again. I know fans want a vehicle Voltron. I'd love to do Voltron Force on MattyCollector somehow. We have no idea, but you know.
The future is open.
The
Yep.
future is all Voltron.
You heard it here first at New York Comic Con 2012. They're going to be closing up here in a few minutes. Any last words, guys?
It's been fun.
This has been a great show. Show's been amazing. Just, guys, 12 o'clock noon tomorrow. If you want your Black Lion, you got a very limited window. So
October 15th, tomorrow. If this is in the future now, you missed your chance. So I'm telling you from the past to listen to your future in the present tomorrow.
All right.
EST.
9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern.
Yeah,
gotta
be there. We'll all be on there. We'll all be on there watching it.
I'll be
And
there.
and to all the fans who purchased one of these, hope you're happy, and thank you for being a Voltron fan.
Thank you.